Hey guys, what's going on? Chad here, and I'm bringing you another Maplestory video, and this video was requested a really long time ago, like months and months and months ago, but I never got around to it, sadly. But anyway, the topic for this video is giving you guys some advice, because I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of young and you probably haven't had your very first job yet in real life. So I want to give you guys some advice to maybe help you guys get your first job, or even if you have worked before but you're looking for a job now, maybe this video could still help you. So anyway, I guess let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so step one obviously is to find jobs that actually interest you. Now keep in mind though, you can't be too picky with your first job, because honestly 99% of the time your very first job is not going to be the job that you stick with the rest of your life. I mean, come on. Would you want to do retail the rest of your life? I know I certainly wouldn't. And I have tried many times to get out of retail because I absolutely hate it. And also keep in mind that you being young, I've noticed this myself, that a lot of places don't seem to actually hire young people. And you know, it seems like to me the only places that are willing to even give you a chance if you're young are like restaurants and retail stores. So you're really gonna have to narrow your search down to either restaurants or a retail store. It's sad but true. But anyway, there are plenty of ways that you can actually look on the internet for jobs. There's websites like Monster, and one that I use personally, Career Builders. I would definitely recommend that one. You can search for whatever kind of job you're looking for. You create an account and you search for whatever job, and it will show you in your town who's hiring. So it's really handy, and I would definitely recommend doing that. Again, don't be too picky, because you know, this is just a starting job to get you ready for the world. Alright, step number 2, and probably the most important step to getting a job, is filling out the job application. And nowadays, it is very impersonal. It's not like when your parents were young, when they could just walk into a store, meet the manager, and hey, they might get the job, they might not. Nowadays, everything is online. You don't even have to meet them in person. I would say a good 99% of the jobs that you apply for are probably going to have the application online. There are a few, like Rite Aid where I work now, where the application is actually in person, and you have to actually meet the manager and get a written application from the manager, but odds are it's going to be online. Now when you're filling out the application, you have to be 100% honest. You cannot give false information, because how else would they contact you? Also, at the end, usually, there is a section for references, and obviously if you have not worked before, you are not going to have any professional references. However, there are a couple options available for you. I would give a teacher that you trust, because obviously a teacher of yours is going to know if you're a hard worker or not. Another option that's available for you is using like a neighbor. They could definitely give you a good reference. Basically what a reference is, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a person that is going to tell your possible employer that you're a hard worker or not. So you definitely want good references. Now those are just two options that came to mind. I'm sure there's others, but you know, I would try my best to refrain from adding parents or family members or friends as references, because if a job sees that you're adding family or friends, then they're going to be like, well, obviously this person added family and friends because they know that the family or friends are just going to give them a good reference even if they're not a hard worker. So why would they hire them like that? That's kind of cheating, you know? So I would definitely recommend not adding parents or friends or family members as a reference. So just stay away from that. And most online applications that I have ever done come with a personality quiz. And guys, when you get to the personality quiz, I would definitely recommend lying your butt off, guys. I'm not even playing. Most people would tell you lying is bad, but I'm telling you to lie because these questions on this personality quiz are ridiculous. These things ask you questions like, if you see someone stealing in your store, what do? And it'll give you answer choices like A, do you tackle them in the hallway and wait for the cops? Or B, do you contact your manager right away? Now obviously the answer is B, you contact your manager right away, but it's also going to ask you just weird, ridiculous questions like, are you a hard worker? And guys, even if you are the laziest person on earth like me, you have to sell yourself to this employer. Make sure that you lie your butt off. Lie like there is no tomorrow. If you are a lazy person, make sure that you tell them that you have the best work ethic ever. If you hate waiting on a customer hand and foot, on this application, make sure you lie and say that you live to kiss the ass of every customer that walks into that door. Basically, guys, you just have to lie and make sure that that employer thinks that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread, that they should look no further, that you are the best candidate for the job. Alright, so step number 3 is after you fill out the application and give references, I would wait maybe a day or two and then just go into the store and meet the manager and give him your cover letter and your resume. And if you don't know how to fill out a resume, there's plenty of guides online. My resume honestly wasn't even that great and I got a job, so you don't have to go all out, you know, especially for your first job. So anyway, just have something ready to hand to the manager that he can read over, and you know, that will definitely help your chances at getting the job. Because once you meet the manager, he will know of you, he'll know your name, and you know, obviously the first thing you want to do is shake their hand if they're a man, give your name, and you know, most of the time after you meet them and give your resume, they are going to pull up your application right away, and they're going to look at you, and you know, you might get the job, you never know. So I would just recommend just going in the store a couple more times. You know, if they haven't contacted you in a while, refresh their memory of you. And one thing that my manager at Walgreens told me when I actually got the job is that they had remembered me coming in so much, and that they said that it really showed ambition to get the job and to do well. So you really want to make yourself look good. And obviously, guys, when you go and meet the manager, you want to dress up nice. You know, don't look like a slob. Don't look like you just woke up off the street, you know. So dress up nice, you know, don't wear a suit and tie. I wouldn't go all out, you know, but wear like a polo and dress pants and dress shoes. You know, something simple. And, you know, just meet the manager again and just talk. And who knows? That right there could show ambition, and your manager might like it and hire you. Alright, step 4 obviously is the final interview with the boss or the manager. And basically they're just going to want to get to know you, and you're obviously going to be nervous, especially if it's your first job. I know I was extremely nervous my first job interview. It really was scary just sitting in one little tiny room with like 2 managers staring at me, you know. But they're going to ask you questions. You know, it's basically going to be the personality quiz all over again, except real life. And you're going to have to sell yourself. And again, lie your butt off. But don't make it too obvious, you know. But, you know, you got to make yourself look good. They're going to ask you about your work ethic. I can't really think of anything else that they asked me. But there is a great tool that I used to study. It's this website called Glassdoor.com, and basically what it is you can look up certain companies, and there's a little button that they have where you can actually look up interview questions that people got from interviews with these companies, and they post how to answer those questions. So just go over the interview questions, study what people said, how people answered them, and you should do fine, guys. And obviously, if the interview goes really well and you actually get the job, most places these days require you to take a drug test, and as long as you're not a druggie, then you pretty much have yourself a job. So congratulations. So, moral of the story is don't be a druggie. Alright, so say you finally got the job and it's your very first job and you're very nervous, which, guys, if you are nervous, don't worry so much, it is natural. I was extremely nervous I'm still nervous every time I start a new job. It's just natural, guys. You gotta learn how each company runs things. You gotta learn company policies, company rules, and, you know, in my case, I always worked retail. You know, you gotta learn your aisles, where stuff is. But guys, don't worry about it. Eventually, you will get it. They will drill it into your head, and you will learn how to run a cash register. You'll basically be able to do anything that anybody else that works at that store can do. It just takes time and practice, but you will get there. Don't worry. But anyway, guys, I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. It's kind of a long video, I apologize. But I hope you at least got something out of it, and hopefully this video will help you. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment. Especially if this video did help you, let me know your story. And toodles.